Evening, I'm Christine Johnson.
And I'm Alice Gaynor in for Maurice Dubois. We begin with that breaking news. Former Assembly Speaker Sheldon Silver found guilty on all counts of corruption.
The verdict came down within just the past hour and after days of drama with some jurors. CBS 2's Jessica Schneider is live outside federal court with these late-breaking details for us. Jessica?
Christine and Alice, we're still waiting for Sheldon Silver to come out of the courthouse. Up until about 1 year ago, Sheldon Silver was one of the most powerful men in Albany. Nothing got done without him, and he was one of the most powerful, or the so-called three men in a room. But for the past 4 weeks, Sheldon Silver has sat inside a courtroom here awaiting his fate and listening to the trial. At 4 o'clock today, that overwhelming guilty verdict came down. At the time, Sheldon Silver didn't utter a word. He had virtually no expression, and now he faces up to 130 years in prison. The jurors left the court without a word after finding Sheldon Silver guilty on all 7 counts, including 2 counts of honest services fraud, 2 counts of extortion, and 1 count of money laundering. Sheldon Silver had walked into court this morning, appearing as confident as he has since his January indictment. But after 2.5 days of deliberations, the 12-member jury handed the former Assembly Speaker a resounding defeat. It took the jurors about 13 hours to reach their conclusion, with reports of one juror feeling stressed and pressured by the others, and this morning one juror sending this note saying he had a conflict of interest. The cab driver juror disclosed that the man he leased his medallion from was an acquaintance of Sheldon Silver. But in the end, none of that mattered, and the jurors voted guilty on all counts. Sheldon Silver served as the Assembly Speaker for 21 years before stepping down earlier this year. Prosecutors called 25 witnesses to prove their case that Silver took bribes and kickbacks in exchange for favorable treatment, including state grants and passing laws, all to benefit a doctor and real estate developers. Silver's defense team called no witnesses, and Silver declined to take the stand in his own defense. Now, Silver faces 130 years in prison. And state law mandates that Sheldon Silver immediately loses his assembly seat in the wake of this overwhelming guilty verdict. As you'll recall, he already stepped down as Speaker of the Assembly when he was indicted back in January. At this point, we believe that Sheldon Silver is still in the courthouse. I just talked to the U.S. Attorney's Office. They tell me that no date has yet been set for sentencing, and it's likely that Sheldon Silver will be released on his own recognizance until that sentencing date. We are live in Lower Manhattan tonight. Jessica Schneider, CBS 2 News.